in town to celebrate another announcement of yet another pro sports team coming to this great city. Now we can get started. Good morning, Grand Rapids. We'll try that again. It's so good to be back in town to celebrate another pro sports team coming to the great city. My name is Jamal Spencer, former sports director at WZZM, 13 on your side. So for me, it's been a while since I moved away from West Michigan, but it's a place I've always called home, so it's wonderful to be back and have an opportunity to talk about this exciting news today. I bet you're all wondering why we crammed you into this room, the GVSU building on the west side of Grand Rapids. Well, allow me to get to that. Join me in thanking Grand Valley State University and President Philomena Mantella for allowing us to take over your building in the parking lot this morning. And it was so important that we started this journey right in the neighborhood where soccer will grow in the future. Today is just one more moment to begin to understand where the new Amway Stadium will be built, right behind me, right across Winter Street. Now, this is a new place to walk or drive for many. It's very important that we begin to build an identity for this part of the city and the entire region to understand the landscape, because of course we want a major crowd on day one. Today's announcement is an important milestone in sports and community for the economic vitality of the city of Grand Rapids. Honestly, I'm honored to be here to help introduce some of the people who have helped make today a reality. With us today, we have Grand Rapids Mayor Rosalind Bliss and Mayor-elect David LeGrand, as well as City Manager Mark Washington, Grand Rapids Chief of Police Eric Winstrom. From Kent County, County Chairman Commissioner Stan Steck, and Commissioner Carol Hennessy. We'd also like to welcome State Representatives Carol Glanville and John Fitzgerald. This city, Kent County, the entire state of Michigan, have all been contributing partners to the vision of more professional sports in this city. As someone who covered sports in this city, I don't think you can't have enough professional sports in this city. None of this would be possible without the leadership of Grand Action 2.0. A special thank you to the Executive Committee, Carol Van Andel, Dick DeVos, Tom Welch, and to Executive Director Kara Wood. Grand Action's leadership in bringing the public and private sectors together to the table is unmatched, and we thank you. And Amway, a company that exemplifies what it means to be a great corporate citizen. The Amway Stadium will be a welcoming community connection for all. Let's have a round of applause for Michael Nelson, Amway President and CEO, who is with us today. And now I want to introduce the owners of the team. The Van Andel and DeVos families have set an extraordinary precedent for community leadership and personal commitment in West Michigan and beyond. From hotels to convention facilities to arenas, and of course Amway and Amway Stadium. Today we're here to talk about the next generation of contributions, professional soccer in Grand Rapids, which will take place right across the street. The Van Andel and DeVos family level of involvement with time, talent, and philanthropy is truly one of the extraordinary building blocks that help keep the city and West Michigan's region economically strong, and also a healthy place to live, work, and play. What makes this next chapter of legacy even more remarkable is the continuation through the next generation, from Jay Van Andel and Rich DeVos to David, Carol Van Andel, Dan, and Pamela DeVos, and now passing the torch to the third generation through the involvement of their sons, Jesse, Aaron, Kyle, and Christian Van Andel, and Cole DeVos. Let me welcome David Van Andel, co-owner of the two-time Calder Cup champion Griffins, and chairman and CEO of Van Andel Institute.
Thank you, Jamal. It's great to have you back, and maybe we can entice you to come back. I don't know. The sun does shine here. You do remember that, right? But it's great to be here with all of you. Thank you for coming out early on a Tuesday morning. Just another fun day in West Michigan. But with one big announcement today, we're glad to be here, and we're glad to be able to talk a little bit about professional sports again in Grand Rapids and West Michigan. I'm here today with Dan and his family and my family, my wife Carol, and our sons, to talk about the next chapter of professional sports, if you will. But before we do that, I thought you'd join me and just take a little bit of a look back on where our city has been so we can see a little bit about where we're going to go next. It is with immense pride that I stand here today with both of our families, Dan and myself, and announce a moment that we think is going to be pivotal in the history of professional sports in Grand Rapids and West Michigan. Starting in the 2027 season, right here across the street in the new Amway Soccer Stadium, we want to announce that Grand Rapids will have its own professional men's soccer team in the MLS Next Pro that year. Before the flood of questions come, all right, no, we don't have a name for the team yet. No, we don't have the colors for the team yet. We're working on all that. Temporarily, we're calling it West Michigan Soccer, and we will call the 8,500-seat arena the new home for that team. We're working on all the relationships that go with that, and we believe this is going to be a game changer for our city and for our region. Soccer, as you know, is one of those sports that's played all across the world. Football is where it's typically called outside of Grand Rapids and outside of the United States. But in this case, this team and this sport will put Grand Rapids, we believe, on the map. This is a game changer for us, and we believe for the entire state of Michigan as well. This puts us into a world stage, and it gives us an opportunity to compete at the highest levels. We'll have an official announcement for the name. We'll have an official unveiling of the colors and all of that with a future announcement. We've got to have a few more of these, you know. But I want you to understand that we took great care in choosing MLS Next Pro as the league that we wish to play in. It was a journey. Dan and I and our sons spent some time going through the options, and MLS Next Pro, kind of a new kid on the block as well, only a few years in the running, was the best choice for us, and we feel the best choice for West Michigan. This team is going to be more than just a club. This team will have roots that extend out into the region and extend out into the local communities. As you know, all of our youth are familiar with soccer, and most of them play that game somewhere along in their life. All of our boys played at one point in time, and many of them even carried it on through high school and college. All of these teams then need those types of youth players to be able to come up through the ranks and eventually play at the highest levels. Dan and I, along with our sons and family, and see this investment as the highest level of professional soccer that West Michigan can bring. We are excited about it. We're excited to be able to join with the West Michigan community and reaching out into the youth soccer clubs and all of that, to be able to join in all different walks of life to bring a professional sports team that truly is something that we believe West Michigan can be proud of. We want to thank all of our local partners. We couldn't have done it without Grant Action 2. We couldn't have done it without the city. Couldn't have done it even without the YMCA. I'll give a shout out to them next door in Grand Valley. All of these people played an important role in making this announcement today. But for our ability to be able to play in that stadium, I think you'll see also a transformation in the community here on the west side of the state, or the west side of the city. As my wife reminds me often, because she was a West Sider, West Side's best side, and I can't forget it. So on behalf of myself, the Van Andel and the Voss families that worked tirelessly also to get the stadium here, I want to thank everybody for coming out today and helping us to enjoy this announcement about West Michigan soccer in the Grand Rapids area. So with that, I would like to turn it over to our next speaker, and it's none other, unfortunately, than our outgoing mayor, but I want to turn it over to Rosalind Bliss.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Turn that down a little. Good morning, everyone. Oh, my goodness, another great day in our city. I am so glad this is happening while I'm still mayor, and to be joined with Mayor-elect LeGrand. But I'm really glad that I get to be here with you today. I am going to add my thanks to David and to Dan and to Christian and Kyle and Cole and, of course, Pamela and Carol Van Andel, Pamela DeVos and Carol Van Andel. Your work in this community is really incredible. And I couldn't have said it better, I couldn't have shown it better than what you saw today on the video with the images that we saw. This really has been a journey with an incredible group of fans and community leaders and sponsors who continue to step up and put our city on the map and who have helped bring professional sports to our city. As mayor, I get to brag. I only have a few more days to do it, but I get to brag for a minute because we have put a lot of investment as a community in professional sports in Grand Rapids, in my perspective. And the work of Dan DeVos and David Van Andel, you know, what you have done to make Grand Rapids Griffins, I'm a huge fan of hockey, some of you know that, you see me at the games, but the Griffins have really become a staple in our homes. And growing up loving hockey, those of us who love hockey, we know that it's more than just hockey, it's more than just a sport. It is about bringing community together. It is about building spirit and pride. It's about inviting people of all backgrounds to experience something together. And in Michigan, we love hockey, and we are so fortunate that the Griffins call Grand Rapids home. The Griffins games, I'm going to give a shout out to our Griffins fans, are constantly ranked in the top 10 of all AHL teams in terms of attendance, bringing in an average of 7,700 fans per game to 36 games throughout the season. That totals more than 275,000 guests visiting our downtown every single year. They're supporting our local restaurants, our boutiques, they're supporting our local economy, they're putting money into our local economy. More than that, they're creating a vibrant downtown, and they're creating memories. I always say that great cities create spaces where people come together and they fall in love with the community that they call home, and the Griffins does that. And then, in addition to the Griffins, we're proud we have the Whitecaps, we have the Gold, one of the newest, one of my favorite teams, of course I'm biased as a woman, the Grand Rapids Rise women's pro volleyball team, right here in Grand Rapids, calling Grand Rapids home. The Rise, as we know it, is in their second year, and they too are breaking records. So I just want to say, on behalf of all of my colleagues on the City Commission, City Manager, Mayor-elect LeGrand, and everyone who calls Grand Rapids home, I want to say welcome. Welcome to MLS Next Pro. And we are so excited to get out there across the street and cheer you on. And last, I just want to say, we're here today to celebrate the building of a soccer stadium and welcoming a team to our city. But more than that, we're really celebrating the people who make it happen. The city, Grand Rapids, is a great city because of every single person in this room who continues to step up, do the hard work, stay at the table during tough times, and we've had them, to make sure that things like this happen in our city. So I want to say thank you to everyone who continues to love the city, pour into the city, and say, I love this city and I'm here to stay. And one of my colleagues that I have been able to work really closely with over the last several years to make big projects like this happen is my colleague at the county. So the city and the county, we work really closely together, and I'm grateful to have had the opportunity to serve and work closely, not just with Al Vandenberg, who's here, but the chair of our county commission, Stan Steck. So I'll now turn it over to him.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Mayor Bliss, for that introduction. You forgot to say that I am a West Sider. Also, I should acknowledge that my county administrator, Al Vandenberg, is here as well. If I didn't say that, thank you for joining us. So the announcements that we celebrate this morning and acknowledge are possible because of another great private and public partnership that we in West Michigan have grown to know and exemplify. But this is not just a product of a private-public partnership. Where we are today is also the product of a public-public partnership, as the mayor acknowledged, and that is the relationship between Kent County and the city of Grand Rapids. We have established what I think is the model for what it is to work together at different levels of government in order to accomplish what we as a community want to see. And I think we've demonstrated that over the years with our working together to fund and to operate such things as arenas and zoos and museums and performance halls and convention centers, amphitheaters, and now soccer stadiums. So it has been a great run. We've also enjoyed collaborating, of course, with the city on everything from public safety to waste. So this is a partnership that really runs deep in this community, and it is an important part of what I think makes this community so successful. So one of the measures of the vitality and health of a community, I assert, is the breadth and depth of the cultural and entertainment offerings of the community. The more robust they are, the more individuals and residents enjoy living here, they stay here, talent is attracted and comes here, and our employers are stronger because of it. So while these kinds of accomplishments we celebrate today are fun and they're exciting, it is also essential to the health of our community that we continue to pursue these kinds of accomplishments. So why soccer? I have a bit PTSD. I played soccer when I was younger, much younger, and played and enjoyed the sport. So I know the attraction of the sport. It is a wonderful sport. And if you can avoid getting that heavy boot right between the legs as hard as it can go, you will remember it much more fondly than I do. But I have overcome that and spent years coaching AYSO. And so I know how attractive this sport can be to a community, how it actually brings you together. Everywhere from the south side to the north side to the east to the west. It is really the kind of activity that can bring us together in the community. So for that reason, too, this is a great accomplishment. So I want to join my colleagues in, again, acknowledging Amway for its work, for coming together with us to sponsor and the naming of our new 8,500-seat stadium. We know that this is the foundational work that got us off the ground and got it started. Also to our state elected officials, wherever they are, for your work in assisting us in getting this done, for the tax incentives that helped develop this as a reality, for the voters of Kent County who approved the expansion of the critical excise tax, the hotel motel tax, in order to invite all of our guests to come and help contribute to the cost of running these operations and making them a reality. So all of that coming together to make us a stronger, more prosperous, and more inclusive community, which is what we want to accomplish. So for all of that, thank you all. This is a great day. We look forward to the next one. So with that, I will pass it on to Dan DeVos, co-owner.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate you being here. City Manager, thank you all for bringing it. And Mayor, just a special thank you to you as your tenure comes to a close. Your leadership has been outstanding. The progress the city has made with you at the helm has been great. And I know, as we just talked, you're going to take a little break, but you're not going away. And so we're looking forward to whatever's next in your chapter. But then, thank you for very much. As was mentioned, our city and our region really already has soccer in our blood. Let me welcome Michigan's own Lindsay Tarpley Snow, and BJ Snow, who are here with us today. Right up there. Lindsay is a former professional soccer forward and midfielder. She is a two-time Olympic gold medalist and was a member of the U.S. national team. So that's pretty outstanding. BJ is a soccer coach who most recently served as the Director of Talent Identification for the United States Women's National Soccer Team and the head coach of the U.S. Women's National Under-23 team, among other coaching recognitions. BJ, thank you. Also with us today is Michael Dubliss, co-founder of Grand Rapids Soccer Rebellion. So Soccer Rebellion is a Grand Rapids street-based movement dedicated to making the game of soccer more inclusive and accessible. It's all about celebrating the soccer lifestyle. Mike, we know your outreach is critical to us as we build culture within our team. Now I'd like to introduce a key member of Grand Action 2.0 committee that helped make the soccer dream a reality. Guillermo Cisneros is the president of Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and a champion for the sport here in West Michigan. Guillermo?
Well, good morning, everyone. How is everyone doing this morning? Awesome. Well, I first of all thank you so much for being here. Thank you, David, Dan, and to all your sons for this incredible asset that you are bringing to our community. It's just amazing that Grand Rapids is going to be able to have something that other cities don't have. So thank you so much. I remember in February 2020, our first meeting at Grand Action 2.0. We were talking about an amphitheater, a soccer stadium, and really a dream that our city, we wanted to have. So the day has come. We are here, and we are here to really celebrate incredible marks that we continue to make as a city. This truly is a day that I will remember as Grand Rapids reaches into the fastest growing youth sport in our region and well beyond. Soccer is a cultural cornerstone in the Hispanic culture, but also in many West Michigan neighborhoods. It is the most popular sport among Hispanic youth in the United States. Around 42% of Latino youth say they play soccer regularly. So while soccer is an exciting sport to watch and cheer for, it is also a game that many young people are actually participating in, experiencing the thrill of that run, that pass, and that goal. Soccer, or football, como decimos en México, like we say in Mexico and other countries. It's more than just a sport in the Hispanic culture. It is a symbol of identity, heritage, and often community pride that is shared through many generations. Think of it as a tie to a country or area of origin. It is a connection to our roots. I am excited to see how this team will help connect us to our roots here in Grand Rapids, but also how this amazing asset is going to continue to bring our communities together. Thank you all, you, David, Dan, your sons. We look forward to an amazing partnership and lots of excitement in the near future. Thank you.
Thanks, Guillermo. As David mentioned, what we are calling currently West Michigan Soccer is going to be a really incredible part of the growth of the sport of soccer that's going on all across America, as we are all aware of, and it continues to expand around the world. Before I introduce you to the folks who help lead MLS Next Pro, let me share a video that'll give you a little bit of the excitement and the enthusiasm and the perspective of the kind of soccer that we will all be watching across the street there at Amway Stadium. Well, certainly over the past number of weeks, there's been a lot of discussion and talk around town about what was this soccer team going to be that was going to go in across the street. So now finally we were able to set the record straight and allow us to start understanding the enthusiasm and the level of professionalism that this team is and this league is, and the opportunities that it's going to create for our community. MLS Next Pro is a new league, as David mentioned, started in 2022. Currently, it has 27 MLS affiliated teams and 2 independent teams. The Amway, the team playing across the street, as West Michigan Soccer, currently known as, will of course be one of those teams as the league expands here in the next couple years. And so we're excited that the support that MLS Next Pro has shown us and the partnership that we have had with them. And from MLS Next Pro, I'd like to introduce the president, Charles Altchek.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan and David, for your leadership, and thank you to everyone gathered here today for this momentous occasion. It is an honor to be here. This is a historic moment for the city of Grand Rapids, the West Michigan region, for our league, MLS Next Pro, and for the sport of soccer. Thank you to Grand Action 2.0 and co-chairs Carol Van Andel, Dick DeVos, and Tom Welsh. Tom, one of the originals here that we met with years ago, for your continued commitment to development here in Grand Rapids, and for your vision and tireless effort to bring the new stadium to life, many years in the making. Mayor Rosalind Bliss, Kent County Commissioner Stan Steck, thank you for your belief and support of the project and for helping to bring professional soccer to West Michigan. Mayor-elect David Legrand, congratulations on your swearing-in ceremony today. We look forward to working with you. On behalf of our league and its clubs, I'm thrilled to celebrate all of the public officials for this momentous achievement. As we work hard to build the sport of soccer in this country, your public-private partnership is a shining example of what is possible when leaders come together with a common goal, and another example of a project that makes Grand Rapids so special. Speaking of leadership, over the last number of years, we have worked closely with the Van Andel and DeVos families and have seen firsthand their commitment to this city and region. Through sport, these two families have made tremendous contributions, whether on the ice, the court, or the field. But soccer is different, and we are building MLS Next Pro for the future of the cities we play in, the future stars of today and tomorrow, and a future that will have a long-lasting and positive impact on all involved. MLS Next Pro is the league of opportunity, and every decision we make, we rely on our foundational pillars. Professional development. We are developing the next generation of talent, both on and off the field. Players, coaches, business and sporting leaders, all working hard to reach their full potential. And here in Grand Rapids, we are seeing this in action, with the next generation of Van Andels and DeVosses leading this team. Jesse, Aaron, Kyle, and Christian Van Andel, and Cole DeVos. We look forward to working with you to build a world-class professional soccer club. Second, our local communities, bringing professional soccer to new cities across the country. Dan mentioned the new independent teams that are playing now and coming in the future, whether it's in Jacksonville, Connecticut, and other places. This league is going to expand meaningfully and importantly over the next number of years. And cities like Grand Rapids that are always one step ahead. Innovation, we are driving the game forward, both on and off the field, new technologies, new ideas, and new energy. And finally, inclusion, and our commitment to creating opportunities for all of those who want to be part of the beautiful game. With MLS Next Pro, we are building a league that welcomes new perspectives and all backgrounds. As has been mentioned, soccer is the world's game. It is unique and unmatched in its ability to bring us together, regardless of backgrounds, cultures, or beliefs. Soccer unites us all. Our sport transcends barriers and speaks a universal language. We see it as we travel across the country, visiting teams and stadiums, and you will see it right here in West Michigan. Amway Stadium will be a gathering place for everyone. Your stadium will be a destination for fans to celebrate the beautiful game together. The future is very bright here in Grand Rapids, and there has never been a better time to be involved in the sport. The eyes of the world will be on North America when the US, Canada, and Mexico host the FIFA World Cup in 2026. The biggest sporting event of all time will bring tremendous energy and momentum in this country, putting West Michigan and Grand Rapids in a terrific position to launch its club in 2027. I cannot wait to be back for your first match at Amway Stadium. And with that, Grand Rapids, West Michigan, the Van Andel and DeVos families, and all of you gathered here today, congratulations and welcome to MLS Next Pro. Thank you. And now, I'm happy to welcome two members of that next generation, Christian Van Andel and Cole DeVos. Thank you.
Thank you, Charles. Let me begin by asking each of you to help us get the timeline accurate so that we may continue to educate fans with the correct timing and information as we begin to watch the building of the Amway Stadium. The clock started ticking as the Amway Stadium was announced. Think of today as our day one in our journey toward building the team. The first thing we wanted to do was make sure we were bringing high-level, quality, and exciting soccer to Grand Rapids. And we're thrilled to be joining MLS Next Pro, where some of the nation's best soccer players battle it out every night. Now that we have our league, it's time to start building excitement about our team. We'll begin meeting with local coaches, club directors, and some great players from our entire region to help us spread the news about the quality of high-level men's soccer that you will find in MLS Next Pro. We will need your help too. Our goal is to begin building a following starting today so that on our first match we have a packed Amway Stadium. And to get you into the soccer spirit, let me invite to you Cole DeVos to share with your best way to get dressed for the game.
Thanks, Christian, and good morning, everybody. As Guillermo mentioned, a soccer's team has a deep connection to its fans and its communities. So for all those who are not familiar with the appropriate attire for soccer, it's all tied to the soccer scarf. It's how you support your team. Got one right here. The scarves date back to early 1900s. It was a trend in the United Kingdom where fans needed a way to stay warm. The scarves were originally handmade by the fans, then evolved to have the team's crest on them, and then a point of pride, almost like hanging your flag out at a game or letting people know that you are a fan. It's like a Lions fan wearing Honolulu blue, which is easy to do nowadays, or a Tigers fan wearing a hat with the Old English D. To start this movement for West Michigan soccer, we want you all to take a scarf home with you. In the coming months, we will officially announce a team name and unveil our logo and our colors. But in the meantime, join us in wearing black and white as we work together in the next coming 24 months toward welcoming our team in Grand Rapids. As mentioned this morning, MLS Next Pro is not just about the teams we will play, but it's all about growing the game of soccer and the excitement of community around the team. So over the next coming weeks and months, we will continue to find and highlight new pathways to connect youth soccer and youth and soccer resources in our area. Towards the end of 2025 and into 2026, we will start building our team with the hiring of management, coaches, an exciting process of securing players and introducing them to our community, all in preparation for the 2027 season. Thank you all for joining us for this first important step. Please grab a vintage scarf on your way out. Thank you.